There is a building form sitting at the intersection of the most ancient architectural idea in human history and the most advanced residential construction technology available today. Luxury architects, the people who design $10 million estates, who turn down more commissions than they accept, who have spent decades studying the greatest buildings ever built, are drawing it on steel. On land. At a fraction of the cost their clients usually pay. It is called the single-slope O-shaped barndominium. And the reason the most sophisticated designers in residential architecture cannot stop talking about it has nothing to do with trends, nothing to do with social media, and everything to do with what this form does that no other building on Earth does quite the same way. Stay with me through this entire video. Because by the end, you will understand this building the way an architect understands it, and you will never look at a flat roof or a gable end the same way again. Before we get into the architecture, if you want barndominium content that goes to the depth this subject actually deserves, subscribe to Barndominium Haven right now and hit the bell. We publish honest, design-forward content every single week. No surface-level renders, no fantasy budgets. Drop a comment right now. Have you ever seen a single-slope O-form in person, or is this the first time this building type has crossed your radar? Tell me below. Now let's get into it. To understand why architects are obsessed with this form, you have to understand the two ideas it synthesizes, because neither of them is new. The first idea is the courtyard. The enclosed outdoor space at the center of a building is one of the oldest and most universally validated ideas in the history of architecture. The Roman domus organized domestic life around the atrium, an open-to-sky space at the heart of the house that provided light, air, thermal regulation, and the social center of family life. The Islamic Riyadh used the same principle in North Africa and the Middle East. The Chinese Sihiyuan built 4 wings around a shared courtyard and called it home for thousands of years. The Spanish colonial hacienda brought the form to the Americas. Every major civilization that had the means and the architectural sophistication to build beyond the purely functional arrived, independently, at the same conclusion: the best place for the most important space in a house is the center. And the center should be open to the sky. The second idea is the monopitch roof, the single slope. This is a structural and spatial device that has been used in utilitarian agricultural buildings for centuries precisely because it is efficient, rational, and honest. It does not pretend. It pitches in one direction, sheds water cleanly, creates a high wall and a low wall, and in doing so generates one of the most powerful spatial asymmetries available in building design. What luxury architects have recognized, and what the single-slope O-shaped barndominium makes possible, is the synthesis of these two ancient ideas in a single contemporary building. The courtyard gives you a center. The monopitch gives you direction, light, and drama. Together, they produce something neither could achieve alone. Luxury architects are not sentimentalists. They follow structural logic. And the reason they are drawing this form in steel rather than timber or concrete comes down to 3 specific structural advantages that conventional construction cannot match. The first is clear span freedom. A steel post-frame barndominium eliminates interior load-bearing walls within each wing. The structural load travels from the roof purlins to the rigid steel bents to the foundation, directly, without intermediate support. This means every wing of the O-form can be an uninterrupted open space. The architect's floor plan is not constrained by where the structure needs to land. The structure goes where the engineer puts it, and the plan goes where the architect needs it. The second is the monopitch frame efficiency. A single-slope steel frame is among the most structurally efficient configurations in metal building design. The rafter spans in one direction only. There is no ridge, no valley, no complex hip geometry. In the context of the O-form, where 4 wings must be independently framed and connected at the corners, the monopitch simplifies each individual frame while the corner connections handle the structural complexity at the junctions. The engineer's problem is localized and solvable. The architect's form is preserved. The third is the high wall. The monopitch generates a high wall on one side of each wing. In a conventional building, a high wall is a structural challenge. How do you brace it? How do you detail it? How do you make it perform thermally? In steel post-frame construction, the high wall is simply a taller column with a moment connection at the base. It is engineered the same way as every other connection in the building. The architect gets a 16 to 20 foot wall of glass or cladding or both, and the engineer does not lose sleep over it. Steel makes this form buildable. That is why architects are drawing it in steel. Here is the argument that makes luxury architects genuinely passionate about this form, and it is not a structural argument. It is a light argument. In a conventional O-shaped building with a flat or symmetrical roof, the courtyard receives light from directly above. Overhead light. It is even, it is predictable, and it is, architecturally speaking, not very interesting. The courtyard is bright at noon and dim in the morning and evening. The light does not move through the space in a way that changes how the space feels across the day. Now apply a single-slope roof to the O-form. Each wing pitches in one direction, away from the courtyard, sloping upward toward the exterior perimeter. The high wall of each wing faces inward, toward the courtyard. And on the high wall, at the top, where the roof meets the wall, you place clerestory windows. What happens next is what architects spend careers trying to achieve. In the morning, the east wing's high clerestory windows admit low-angle morning sun directly into the courtyard at a raking horizontal angle. The light enters the courtyard not from above but from the side, catching the texture of the courtyard floor, casting long shadows across the planting, illuminating the water feature from an angle that makes it appear to glow. At midday, the overhead light dominates. The courtyard is bright and open. In the afternoon, the west wing's clerestory takes over. Warm, directional, late-day light enters from the opposite side. The courtyard changes character completely, same space, different light, different atmosphere, different emotional quality. This is dynamic light. Light that moves through space across the day and changes how the space feels without the space itself changing. It is what the great buildings of history have always done. The Pantheon does it with its oculus. The Gothic cathedral does it with its clerestory. The single-slope O-form does it with 4 high walls and 4 sets of clerestory windows, at barndominium construction cost. That is why architects are obsessed with it. The architectural obsession with this form is not purely aesthetic. There is an environmental performance argument that is equally compelling, and I want to be precise about it rather than overstating it. The single-slope O-form, correctly oriented and detailed, achieves passive environmental control through geometry. Here is how each element contributes. The enclosed courtyard creates a sheltered microclimate. Wind speed within the courtyard is significantly lower than the surrounding landscape, typically 60 to 80% lower in a fully enclosed form. Lower wind speed means lower infiltration through building envelopes, lower convective heat loss from occupants in the outdoor space, and a genuinely usable exterior space in conditions that would make a conventional patio uncomfortable. The monopitch roofline, sloping away from the courtyard, directs all stormwater to the exterior perimeter of the building. The courtyard stays dry. The drainage system is simple and maintainable. The high clerestory windows, combined with operable vents at the high wall, enable stack ventilation. Warm air rises to the top of the high wall and exhausts naturally, drawing cooler courtyard air through the living spaces at lower level. In shoulder seasons, this can eliminate mechanical cooling loads entirely. Now the honest trade-off. The increased perimeter of the O-form relative to a simple rectangle means more exterior wall area and therefore more potential for heat loss and heat gain. This is real and it requires a properly specified insulation system. Closed-cell spray foam on the walls, R38 or better in the ceiling cavity. This is not optional in an O-form. It is the cost of the geometry. The architects who are serious about this form are specifying the insulation correctly. The ones who are not are building uncomfortable buildings and blaming the form. The form is not the problem. The final argument, and the one that ultimately explains the obsession, is spatial. Luxury architects are paid to create rooms that feel extraordinary. Not just functional, not just beautiful in photographs, but genuinely extraordinary to inhabit. Rooms that make people feel something. Rooms that change how people experience time, how they relate to each other, how they engage with the natural world outside. The single-slope O-form produces those rooms consistently and almost inevitably. The raked ceiling of each wing, following the monopitch slope from low eave to high clerestory, is one of the most spatially dynamic ceiling profiles in residential architecture. It creates compression at the low end, a sense of shelter, enclosure, intimacy. It creates release at the high end, volume, light, connection to sky. Moving through a room with a raked ceiling from low to high is a spatial experience with a beginning, a middle, and an end. It is architecture with narrative. Every room in every wing of the O-form faces the courtyard. There is no room in this building that does not have a direct visual and physical connection to the shared outdoor center. A bedroom in the children's wing looks across the courtyard to the grandparents' suite. The kitchen looks into the garden at the center. The home office looks up at the sky through the courtyard opening. The building keeps the family connected to each other and to the natural world simultaneously, through every room, at every moment of the day. And the courtyard itself, sheltered, skylit, surrounded on all sides by inhabited rooms, is the room that no architect can design out of existence. It belongs to no one wing and therefore to everyone. It is the spatial heart of the building. And in the single-slope O-form, it receives the most extraordinary light of any room in the house. That is the room luxury architects are obsessed with building. And the single-slope O-shaped barndominium is how they are building it. Architecture has always been about solving the hardest problem in the simplest way. The greatest buildings in history are not great because they are complex. They are great because they found the simplest possible response to the deepest possible human need. The need for light. The need for shelter. The need for a center, a place that belongs to everyone and anchors the life of the household. The single-slope O-shaped barndominium answers all three. With steel. On land. Within reach of people who are not billionaires. That is why luxury architects are obsessed with it. Not because it is fashionable. Because it is correct. Because it does what architecture is supposed to do, and it does it honestly, rationally, and beautifully. If this video gave you something real, subscribe to Barndominium Haven. This is where barndominium architecture gets the serious conversation it deserves. Every week, honest design, honest structure, honest numbers. Share this with your architect, your designer, your contractor, or whoever you are dreaming this build with. And leave me a comment. What was the moment in this video where something clicked for you? The light argument? The structural case? The courtyard as the greatest room in the house? I want to know. Because your answer tells me exactly where to go next. See you in the next one.